Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the whole team at Longyi Property, we'd like to thank you very much for joining us here today and welcome you to the auction at number 1 Carramar Avenue in the beating heart of Glen Waverley. So to all of our bidders and buyers, my instructions to you are quite simple. Make sure to bid bold, bid aggressively and give it your absolute best here today and give yourself every opportunity to be that lucky and successful buyer here today. I'm sure you're somewhere in the crowd, so to you a slightly early congratulations is in order for your wonderful purchase. And what a wonderful purchase it will be for you and your family. I'm sure it will be for the many, many years to come. Of course, I'd like to take the time to thank our vendors very, very much as well for not only entrusting myself to be the auctioneer, but also the entire selling team at Longyi Property for selling what is arguably their most prized possession. Now, of course, I will cover the rules and regulations of the auction. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit the auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price. As your auctioneer, I will be indicating bidders on a request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders from attempting to prevent others from bidding, and it will issue fines for misconduct. The rules do permit vendor bids. The words I will be using to indicate I am placing a bid on behalf of our vendors is simply vendor bid. By law, only I, as the auctioneer, can place those vendor bids. Now, the settlement terms for the purchase of this home is flexible here. We're also going to be asking you for a standard 10% deposit payable this evening as per standard Victorian auction rules, and that's to be made available to the trust account of Longyi Property by bank cheque or bank transfer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you've had any prior arranged terms and conditions discussed and our vendors are agreeable to those terms, then you're more than welcome to be bidding on that basis. Now, otherwise, that's the boring things out the way. Let's talk about the stunning home here at number 1 Carramar Avenue in Glen Waverley. A stunning, stunning home, centrally located in one of the best spots in Glen Waverley here. Literally walking distance down to the Glen, the train station, Kingsway, and any other local amenities that you need to live a very fruitful lifestyle in one of the most sought after suburbs in metropolitan Melbourne. Of course, some high quality schooling options here. You've got the school zones that will look after your kids' schooling needs, both in Glen Waverley Primary School and Glen Waverley Secondary College. Also nearby, an abundance of private school options, both towards Caulfield and also Wesley College, as well as university options in Monash University. Ladies and gentlemen, lots of reasons to buy just in this particular location here. And of course, the home is stunning as well. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, beautifully tucked away behind this private fence line facade. Beautifully modern design as well. Lovely manicured gardens all throughout. You can see both front and backyard all the way around the side has been spectacularly taken care of. Our owners have loved this home to its core. You can see when you walk on in, an abundance of family memories have been made in this particular home, and that's something that you stand to inherit. The layout itself is fantastic as well. All the bedrooms upstairs providing a nice separation of space between your friends and family when you use that to entertain on the downstairs area, and upstairs for the kids and the bathrooms and the bedrooms as well for you to make as your private living quarters. Multiple living zones all throughout. Beautifully opened kitchen and dining area with a lovely, lovely calming blue on those cabinets there. A fantastic and stunning design that's going to be looking fantastic for the many, many years to come. A long, long list of reasons to buy here, and we're only just getting started. The market is starting to heat up with an abundance of rate cuts coming in, so it's a very good time to get into the market. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to you now for your spirited bidding. Who would like to get the auction underway? And I don't mind where we start. Ladies and gentlemen, a fantastic opportunity here in the heart of Glen Waverley. Happy to see you in at any opening bid where you see logical value. Happy to take that offer and start from there. I'll simply dictate increments from there to ensure that we get to our reserve price and sell to you today. 2.6, very, very light on for the calibre of home, but I'm happy to see you in at 2.6. Let's move in $100,000 bids from here. Let's go straight to 2.7 now at $2,700,000, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, $2,600,000, ladies and gentlemen. That's social proof and evidence that the property is wanted by somebody else. And there you have it. There's your competition, ladies and gentlemen, at $2,600,000. Let's go straight to 2.7. Or if you wanted to make your mark, let's go straight to 3. At 2.6 now, the bid out to the left-hand side, and good luck to your buyer, Candy. At $2,600,000, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You need to bid to buy now. At $2,600,000 now, the bid. Show me you're interested. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your hand at $2,600,000 now. At $2,600,000, I'm going to call it 3 times to move the auction along from here. First call at $2,600,000, and good luck to your buyer, Candy. Second call, team, shout it out. Any other interest from here at $2,600,000? Incredible buying opportunity here at 1 Carramar Avenue, Glen Waverley. Third, final time, all done, all finished, all silent. Very tough crowd here today. At $2,600,000, no further bidding. I'm going to move things along with a vendor bid from here. At $2,600,000, last opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to move the auction along to 2.7. Happy to see you back in at 2.8. We're going to move in the $100,000 bids from here, simply signifying the value proposition that this beautiful home here has in this centrally located pocket of Glen Waverley here. $2,700,000 now the bid. Let's go straight to 2.8 now, Candy. Happy to see your buyer back in. We're at $2,700,000. Next bid, $2,800,000 or more. At $2,700,000, a fantastic buying opportunity at that 2.8, and there you have it. Candy's bidder running and gunning for it at $2,800,000, ladies and gentlemen. Simply running away with it at this point in time at $2,800,000 out to the far left-hand side. Now you need to jump on in. Otherwise, we're simply going to be wrapping things up quite shortly here at $2,800,000. Next bid, another $100,000 on top. At $2,800,000 on top. Candy's bidder in the lead. May place more vendor bids until it gets above the point where you no longer want to place your interest here. At $2,800,000, great value buying at that. Centrally located in Glen Waverley. Walking distance to all the local amenities, trains, shops, and much, much more. At $2,800,000. Any other interest? Show me your hand. Raise their hand. Let me know. $2,800,000 now. Ali, any interest from your buyer? I need to know. First call at $2,800,000. Second call at $2,800,000. Third and final time. All done, all finished, all silent. Candy, I'm going to place one more vendor bid. We're going to move it to $2,900,000. That was quite something there. At $2,900,000, I'm going to place a vendor bid. Happy to see your buyer back in at $3 million on an even bid. At $2,900,000 now. At $2,900,000, ladies and gentlemen, can't be any more clear. Need to bid to buy at this stage. We've only got one keen buyer, and we'll simply start negotiation processes if we need to from here. Show us there's competition outside of myself and our one opening bidder here at $2,900,000. Now, let's go straight to 3, Candy. Let me know. At $2,900,000, we may just wrap things up from here. A 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, complete masterpiece in a stunning location in Glen Waverley. Worth much more than this at $2,900,000 on a vendor bid once again. Need to be above this to play from here. Otherwise, we simply start to wrap things up, ladies and gentlemen. Where do we go from here? At $2,900,000 now, Candy. Let me know if your buyer would like to jump back in on top. At a $3 million even. Otherwise, I'm happy to hear from the crowd as well. Let's make it a two-man party here at $2,900,000. Where do we go from here, buyers? Incredible buying opportunity here. Candy, how are we going with your buyer? Would they like to jump back in? We'll take it just to get you back in on front. I think that signifies around about where we're wrapping things up at $2,900,000. $2,950,000. Need to see some competition here, ladies and gentlemen. Need a second buyer in the auction here, otherwise we wrap things up. No point continuing from here. We've got our standout buyer at $2,950,000. If you're keen, you're interested, you see the value, you need to bid now. First call at $2,950,000 now. Second call at $2,950,000. Third, final time, all done, all finished. Absolutely silent here. Ali, I'm seeing some eye contact here. Let me know some discussions out front. Happy to check in with the rest of the crowd. Now, I'm just going to go through because I think we're all done here. Your bidders have done the right thing, by the way, Candy. We simply pass things in on their bid there. All done out this way. Just confirming we're all done. No other interest. Raise your hand. Otherwise, we pass the property in from here. We're all done out this way as well. Ali, waiting for your instructions. Any other interest out here? Let me know. Raise your hand at $2,950,000. Happy to go in the 50s. No? Thank you very much. Hope you've all enjoyed the show at $2,950,000 now. $3 million to get you into the lead. Any other interest out here? Out here, hope you're enjoying the show. And out that way as well. Any other interest? All done and dusted. Ali, last opportunity if your buyer would like to jump on in. Otherwise, we start the negotiation process effective immediately. Last opportunity at $2,950,000. Even if your buyer has more to offer, we simply cannot accept it because we have our highest bidder coming in for exclusive negotiation rights at $2,950,000. Last opportunity, first call at $2,950,000. We wrap things up from here. Second call at $2,950,000. Third, final time, and good luck to you out this way at $2,950,000. We're all done, Ali. Just confirming one last opportunity before we wrap things up. Happy to make it a 2-horse race. What do we say? That's more discussion than I've seen in the entire crowd here. Need to know. We're wrapping things up. What would you like to do? All done. You guys keep talking and talking. We're sure we're not going to jump in, even for $3 million. You're just having a look. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you very much for your attendance here. We formally passed the property in at $2,950,000. Highest bidder out this way. Let's give her a round of applause, and we hope to update you with a sold result very shortly. Thank you so much.